We're in Lithuania. It's our first morning. We're in the capital, Vilnius. And it's actually like almost 10 o'clock. It feels very quiet out, but we're gonna go find ourselves some breakfast. We are still trying to get breakfast, but on our way we found this wonderful church. And this is St. Catherine's Church, and it was opened in 1625. What a wonderful thing to stumble across this morning.
They put these neat little stickers on the ground that takes the guesswork out of getting the perfect shot.
Today we're doing a bit of like a walking tour, self-guided around Vilnius, and we're starting our morning here at the Gates of Dawn, which has become quite the symbol here in Vilnius. The town was once surrounded by a wall. It only had 10 gates into the city, and this is the only gate that's left, and it's beautiful and a great place to start our tour. About a 1 to 2 minute walk from the Gates of Dawn, where we just were, is this Orthodox Church of the Holy Spirit. And we walked up to it thinking it was a little unassuming on the outside, but when you go inside, it's really ornate and beautiful. We're glad we stopped. And Rob, just from walking around, could tell it was Russian Orthodox. I had to look it up. We've walked to the self-declared Republic of Uzupis, and this is their constitution. They've put it in, I don't know, maybe 50 different languages up on this wall, and there's 41 points on their constitution, and it feels like very artistic and hippie.
I feel like every place in Europe that people can put a love lock after the Paris Lock Bridge, they have, because you just find it everywhere. The cities are crazy. It's heavy. Hopefully whoever made this 200 years ago is still doing good. It's like noon, we're in the middle of some square, I don't know what square, but...
I don't either, like the Vilnius main square maybe?
I've been craving cheesy french fries since we left Warsaw, so we're gonna go get some. So we just ate lunch. We did not get cheesy french fries because they were impossible to find. And now we're gonna go up to Vilnius, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, Castle Tower. And then probably just hang out because it's about to rain. we're having a hard time figuring out how to get up the hill. So now we're gonna go this way because we don't think it's that way. Found it.
We just got off the bus in Trakai. We took a day trip out of Vilnius to come to this lake town. So, yeah.
When we were in Romania and he told us that the reason the church bells ring like they do when there's storm clouds around is because they believe that the acoustics make the cloud disperse.
Yeah.
So these bells in the background have been going off for the last like 15 minutes. It does seem to be helping.
It's not raining right now.
So you can go inside this castle. I don't know if you can see it. There's a line back here. We don't know what it costs, but we've been into enough castles in Europe. And when you're traveling for a year, you kind of got to prioritize the things you spend money on. So we're just going to walk around the outside of this one.
Yeah, it's super pretty on the lake. I think I'll jump in later.
So we found this row of wooden houses. It reminds me of Iceland when we were in Reykjavik. All the little houses are painted and colorful. So
yeah, it's so cute. It's just like a very brightly colored, precious little lake town. Pretty good swimming view.
looks like it's about to start raining, so we're gonna catch a bus back to Vilnius and get something to eat.
Yeah, it's been a great day trip here though. Definitely worth the trip. It's our last night in Lithuania, and I have just really loved it here. I was particularly excited to come to Lithuania because all growing up, I had heard and I knew that I had family from here, and so it's just kind of in the back of my mind that it would be a neat place to visit, and I never imagined that I would get to. So it has felt very cool. Before we got here, I tried to do some research and pull up information on my family that left, and we don't have a lot about them. Names, we knew that they fled in like 1918 or 1919, which would have been right after World War I, and there was the Lithuanian Soviet War, just as Russia was making that westward push after World War I, and it was a pretty conflicted place at that time, and so I guess, would it be great grandparents fled as like teenagers, 16, 17 years old, to the United States, where they ended up in New Jersey and then Michigan. So I've really loved it here. I do wish we had planned a little bit further in advance, which we just hadn't needed to do that much so far. We've been perfectly fine, just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. But it seemed like transportation is actually kind of expensive here, and it's a harder country to get around. So there's a lot of really cool places I wish we could have gone to see, like the coast. There's supposed to be a really beautiful coastline, and there's a famous Hill of Crosses, which I would have enjoyed seeing, but we just couldn't get the bus or train tickets that we needed to do that on this trip. Maybe we'll come back. So